Dead dog. Drowsy driving is a serious problem. It's Comics and Shots, a completely improvised, semi-comedic musing by Howard Stern's Mick the Nerd, aka YouTube and TikTok's Mick the Man, aka Mick the Maverick, aka, seriously, if you're feeling sleepy, just get off the road, find some place to rest. PSA! Yeah! Today's subject: the biggest question about Doctor Strange in the MCU. Will we ever get more Doctor Strange in the MCU? Right? We remember Multiverse of Madness, right? Yeah. Like, it was weird enough that they crammed America Chavez in there for some reason, but they also did not resolve the Mordo subplot. Like, from the first movie, remember, they made him like Doctor Strange's D16 Megatron. That's a weird analogy because that movie came out way before Transformers 1. But you know what I'm talking about. And then you think in the sequel, we'd focus on what Mordo was doing, you know, where he was going across stealing all the energy from sorcerers. He's like, too many sorcerers. And then like a decade later, nothing. Well, maybe not a decade. 5 years later, what happened to Mordo? We're probably never going to get conclusion on that. Like, and who's this version of Clea? Who's apparently the version of Doctor Strange's ex-girlfriend, whom he didn't even bother to get back with in between films, because Stephen Strange is an emotionally constipated idiot. Yeah. And, like, subtopic of that, like, I liked 90% of She-Hulk, except for the finale, of course. It was... the finale was a bit of a letdown for a lot of reasons. Like, I know they were being meta and everything, but, like, it felt like it was all this build-up to an actual superhero season finale, and then they just said, nah, we're not gonna do that last minute. There's, like... If you want good meta She-Hulk, read the original, like, sensational She-Hulk books by... What's his face? Peter David, I think. Was it Peter David? No, not Peter David. Keith Giffen. Oh, that's gonna hurt my brain. I'm tired. Marv Wolfman? I don't know. Yeah. Well, it's not even that it was like a completely bad meta show. Like, once again, everything but the season finale of She-Hulk was pretty much good. And admittedly, the season finale was not the worst thing I've ever seen, but it was disappointing. Let's get back to what really bugged me about that series, how Abomination, like, after trying to, like, get freed from, you know, being in prison for so long, after essentially just doing what he was doing because he was told to do so by the US government, he breaks his parole to speak for a bunch of men's rights activists. And that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Really? This is why you're breaking parole for? Didn't he have like 7 wives who were gonna go all up on him after his parole was done? He had a successful like group therapy home. Why? Why would he do that? Why would he do that? It makes literally no sense. Horrible. And my only logical thought is that Wong secretly told him to like do that so that he'd break him out of prison and then join on Kamartaj. That's the thing. Wait. Nanda Parbat? No, wait. I can't remember which is which. One is of the League of Assassins. League of Assassins is Nanda Parbat. Magic People's Kamartaj. Yeah. And that he's living there now. and it's all Wong's fault. And I feel we gotta resolve that. Also, like, how the sorcerers are just able to do all this illegal crap. He broke a dude out of jail just to fight him in a kumite, which is, by the way, not even a real thing. It's not a real thing. I looked it up. And also, he's Sorcerer Supreme, and yet he allowed Doctor Strange to do an incredibly insane spell to brainwipe the world to help a high school senior get into college. Yeah, no, Wong, fire that man, please. Like, you're the Sorcerer Supreme. Just because he's your friend doesn't mean he should get any special treatment. Ugh. And the button of all of this is that I would love for all of these ideas to be resolved and expanded upon. But because Multiverse of Madness botched so hard, both as a sequel to Doctor Strange and to WandaVision, which we didn't need yet, we'll probably never see anything with that. Especially with spoilers, Wanda is definitely canonically dead, as shown by Agatha all along. I don't know. What do you think? Do you want more Doctor Strange stuff? Do you want him to get punched in the face? Tell me everything. Tell me your secrets. With that, like, comment, and subscribe. Donate if you're feeling nice. Share it with a bear. And always remember, praise be to the blood elk, fear the stabbopotamus, and death to Kronos. I'm gonna get some buttered noodles now. Have a night, folks.